Do you easily want to get 15 wins in April's championship challenge? Do you want to see something like this? With the help from the captain of the world champions in Brawl Stars, we're going to show you exactly how to get 15 wins in this championship challenge. Let's go. Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video, and today I'm going to give you all the strategy you need to get 15 wins in the championship challenge. Now, I could tell you my thoughts and my suggestions for what brawlers you should be playing, and it would probably do pretty well. I have won 15 wins on both of the last two challenges. However, I thought it would give you the best chance of winning it all if I got a pro to help me out. So I did just that. I called on the team captain for the #1 team in the world, the team that won the world championships in Korea last year. So I got the help of SpenLC to give me a guide on exactly which brawlers you should be playing, which brawlers are good substitutes for those if you don't have them unlocked, the strategy you should attack each map with, and of course brawlers that you should absolutely not play. Before we hop into which brawlers you should be playing in the first set in Gym Grab, let me give you my biggest tip for this championship challenge. 100% play with clubmates or your friends. And if you don't have any friends or you're not in a club, use the looking for team feature. Your chances of winning will go up dramatically if you do that rather than playing with randoms. So play with your clubmates or your friends, voice chat if you can, and if you can't do that, use the looking for team feature. With that being said, let's hop into Gym Grab. So your first set is going to be in Gym Grab, and probably this is going to be the easiest one for you to get through. Of course, players over 400 trophies, everybody can join, so the competition isn't going to be as strong as it is, say, later on in the championship challenge. This Gym Grab map in particular is all about control. Controlling that midpoint and not letting brawlers sneak around the sides and get behind you or coming from the sides without you knowing it's about to happen. So according to Spen, the very best team comp that you can play for this map is in the mid, Jean, and on the lanes, Pam and Ems. So here's what you want to do. When the match first starts off, it's always best to have your mid go to mid and your other two brawlers go on the sides up the grass on the lanes. But seeing that this is a introductory to this challenge and you're going to be playing a lot of players that are lower in trophies, usually what lower players do is all rush the mid. So it might be wise to go all mid as well so that you can battle them out, or have two go mid and one go lane. But if you're feeling confident and you think that your mid can handle it, the best way to gain control over the entire map is to go mid and then two lanes on each side. Now for Pam, the star power that you want to be using is Mama Squeeze. That big radius gives a lot of control to the corners of those maps, and you usually want to place your healing turret back in the back left or the back right, depending on which side you're getting pressed from or which side you can defend better. That star power, it will deny a certain area around there, so people will have to decide whether they want to take damage from the super or walk around the big circle. Either way, it's a good situation. They're going to have to take the long route or they're going to be taking damage. For Jean, this can go either way. Spen's recommendation was Magic Puffs. It's actually been getting a lot more use than what was previously noted. Like, I used to think that this star power was complete garbage, and it kind of was, and then it got buffed, and it's been getting a lot of play, especially on close quarters maps when your teammates are around you. You can get a lot of value out of Magic Puffs, so Spen's recommendation is to go with Magic Puffs. And for Ems, also Spen's recommendation here is to use the Hype star power from Ems. It gives you extra healing for however many enemies are in the radius of that super. It combined with Magic Puffs and Pam's turret, you're going to have a ton of healing all around you throughout the match. Some other great mids are Poco, Jessie, and Bo. So if you haven't unlocked Jean, feel comfortable going with Jessie, Bo, or Poco for the mid. I think Poco would probably be the second best choice there. Jessie can be a little bit harder to play, and Bo, he actually has a lot of control in this map as well, but he's always just kind of average as a mid. And some good alternatives for the lanes are Jackie, Rosa, Tara, and BB. BB particularly works well with Poco. They both have healing gadgets, and BB is just so strong right now with her home run star power and that extra speed that she just got buffed with. Poco just got a buff as well. They work really well together. Now, for some brawlers you absolutely do not want to play. Under no circumstances, play any thrower whatsoever or Mortis. I mean, unless you're Can You Dig It? Then, you know, go for it. A couple other small tips for this are, if you end up playing Tara or Rosa, make really good use of their gadgets. They're both really strong on this map. Rosa can actually connect the center to the sides, and you can sneak in and out You can also get sneaked upon too, so watch out. And then Terra, of course, being able to reveal where everybody is. Make good use of those gadgets on this map. And then while you're playing, make sure that no brawlers sneak around the sides. It's very easy for brawlers to sneak all the way around to the side and even get behind you on this map. Your lanes, if one of them dies, be sure to provide some support on that side. Make sure that you don't get trapped and have somebody just waiting in the grass for you, and or they can turn around the game at the very end. Be wary of people sneaking around to the sides from you. Don't let it happen. Alright, so now that you've won the first 3 matches, you are on to Brawl Ball, and it is in Super Stadium. According to Spen, the very 3 best brawlers that you can play on this map as a team are Gene, Jackie, and Ems. On this one, Gene is going to play the mid, and the other 2 brawlers are going to play the lanes. Doesn't really matter, personal preference or wherever you spawn, just go out to the lanes and make sure that they don't rush over and take over your mid first and get a quick score, but you can go ahead and take the lanes with the other 2 brawlers. It doesn't matter which side. With Jackie, you want to look for those opportunities to make use of her gadget and get in there and make a big play, whether that is scoring or getting that kill that will allow your team to get into position. And Ems is all about control. You want to keep people at an arm's length and just control your lane, not let anybody get near you or your teammates. Use that super wisely and get good value out of it, and you will absolutely dominate your lane as Ems. And of course, using that gadget in those crucial moments where you can knock the ball out of someone's hand or get a tank right off your toes so that you can, again, get them back into the line of fire where it's dealing a lot more damage. Other good picks for the middle here, or you can use Ems as well. Max, or my second personal favorite is Poco. Of course, Poco just got a buff, and I think that he works really well on this map. Some other good lane picks are Frank, Rosa, Daryl, and BB. Of course, Daryl is very dynamic. So is BB now with that extra speed. Use that home run star power, and those are some good alternatives for the lanes in case you don't either have some of those brawlers unlocked or they're just not your cup of tea. And for 3 brawlers, you absolutely do not want to play Piper, Mortis, and 8-Bit. Of course, 8-Bit is actually pretty good on defense here, but he's never going to be able to turn around and convert that into offense. He's just too slow, so stay away from Mortis, Piper, and 8-Bit here on Super Stadium. Another good alternative strategy here is to use Max with 2 tanks. You can use that super speed to really rush the other team. With so much beef coming at them, it's going to be hard for them to stop them. So if you don't like the first set here that Spen recommended as the best, Max and 2 tanks also works really well. Of course, this is just the second set here in the Championship Challenge, so again, the competition shouldn't be too awfully hard, but it's going to be getting harder here in the next set. Deeper Danger. Okay, so we're on to Bounty now, and the best team comp that you can play here, according to the world champion of Brawl Stars, is Brock, Mr. P, and Tick. Now, they all have very specific spots and locations and roles that they play, so pay attention. Spen says that the Tick is going to sit right behind the L-shaped wall, keep pre-firing the 2 checkpoints in the grass to make sure that those enemies can't sneak up right there. It's going to be very important to keep those areas covered and you will not get snuck up on by the enemy. Mr. P is going to be playing the mid, and he's also going to be checking some of those choke points to make sure that nobody gets past you as well. Build up that super, and you can toss it way in the back behind that L-shaped wall in the far back there. That way, it's not so far back that it takes a long time for the porters to get up there, but far enough back so that an enemy thrower can't get to it and just destroy it right away. Now, Brock is going to be on the left side, either shooting into that choke point or down the left-hand lane. Spen thinks that Brock is really amazing here because that he's able to kill the squishier brawlers, of course, a lot of firepower, as well as he can use that gadget to hop over walls, get a quick kill, or if a tank gets up on you, use that gadget to get away. So Brock is a great choice on the left-hand side of the map here. Some other good brawlers that you should look at if you don't have those 3 brawlers or you want to just play something else are Penny, Jean, Rosa, Terra, Jackie, Poco, or Bo. A lot of good possibilities. Now, of course, if you're going to be playing Bo, be sure to pick Circling Eagle as your star power. Another interesting strategy that Spen says can work really well is to just go triple aggro brawlers. Maybe a little bit more risky, but also could be a lot of fun. Something like Rosa, Mortis, and BB can work very well on this map, and you will constantly have pressure in the face of your enemy. Just remember, if you get low on health, fall back, play safe. In fact, that brings me to his very best tip for Bounty in general, and that is to always play for your life rather than the kill. So if you're faced with the opportunity of, I can get this kill, but I'll probably also die, don't do it. Play safe. Don't exchange your death for a kill that you just made because the enemy team is going to get more stars than you got. Always play it safe, fall back when you need to, and get those kills when you can safely. Now on to one of my favorite heist maps, aside from Pit Stop. The best comp that you can bring into this map is BB, Max, and Rosa. The meta is really shifting right now, and BB is really strong, and so is Max. Max has been strong for quite a while, and then of course Rosa is always dominant. And here's what you want to do with these 3 brawlers. Spen says that Rosa normally sneaks into the grass into the middle, and she uses her gadget to connect the bushes so that she can sneak up on her enemies easier. Rosa is an offensive brawler and should rarely come back to defend unless it's a last resort. As for Max, he says Max is a hybrid brawler using her speed to help the tanks get up the map quicker. Max's speed plus Rosa's super is a great combo. Max should mainly play defense, but once you're done defending those enemies, you can turn that into a nice counter push. Max can play either the mid or the lane. It's really about spotting where the enemies are and reacting accordingly. And of course, BB has found her place in the meta once again, and she is the perfect brawler for this map. Using her home run star power, her speed on this map allows her to gain positioning so quick, and it's all about using her knockback to keep the enemies away. BB's super is really easy to find a lot of value on, throwing it right up the middle. Not only is it going to hit the safe, but it's also could catch some other brawlers that are either trying to defend the safe or trying to sneak up the middle as well. Other good alternative picks for this map are Rico, Barley, Daryl, Bull, and Brock. Now, for the throwers, Barley is the only thrower that you really want to play on this map. Tick, absolutely not. Dynamite can work, but Barley's just a much better option. So if you're going to play a thrower on this map, which is a decent choice, make sure your team comp allows it, play Barley. And once again, the 3 brawlers that you absolutely do not want to play on this map are Mortis, Tick, and Shelly. Poor Mortis. Like Spen just says, no, just don't play Mortis pretty much at all. As for some overall tips on this map, Heist is all about taking a solid defense and turning it into a really good counter push, a really good offense. So think about defense more than you think about just doing damage to the safe, because if you play defense well, your guys are going to be alive, they're not, you're going to turn around, and it only takes one push in Heist sometimes. So remember that, it only takes one really good push to take out the safe and bring home victory. On this map, you're going to want at least one brawler to go around on the lanes. You can double stack the mid, but only if there's no Rico in there bouncing shots through the middle of it. And the last tip here for Heist and this map is that sometimes it's okay to let brawlers deal damage to your safe. Say if Anita gets around you, but you still have all of your team forward and you can take out the other team, sometimes it's okay to go ahead and let that Nita do damage to your safe as long as she doesn't have her super or the safe's really low. Go ahead and let her do that damage while you're pounding down on their safe, because you will deal way more damage to their safe than she will to yours. And then once you do get killed, you'll be right there back again, ready to put a defense on Nita, and the tides will have swung in your favor. And for the very last map, Junk Park. According to Spen, the very best brawlers that you can play for this map are Gene, BB, and Daryl. Gene is going to go mid, and he's going to build up his super from enemy mid as well as from the sides. Once you get that super built up, you're going to pull brawlers to you when you're by your teammates so that you can help get quick and efficient kills. Now you're going to want to play Daryl here because he is very good on defense, not only against other brawlers, but also against the siege bot. You're going to need him to counter other brawlers like BB. His main role here is just collecting those bolts and staying alive at all costs, especially whenever that siege bot is coming from either side. As for BB, you want to play her on a lane as well, and she is really good because of that massive speed that she has and controlling her side. All you have to do with her is to keep collecting those bolts, and if anybody comes by you, you just knock them back out of there, and you just keep collecting those bolts, and they will not be able to get into your area. And if they do, you can either outrun them if you're in a pinch, or you can again keep batting them away. Some good alternatives for those brawlers on this map are Barley, Frank, Rosa, Penny, and Ems. Now, if you're not really good with Gene, or you just don't like playing him because he is a little bit harder to play and get those pulls, you can also play Penny in the mid, as she is really good as well. If you want some more control, you could also play Barley, but he's not very good on defense, although he's very good on offense. A little bit more risky of a play, but if you got a good grasp and good team synergy, Barley can work as well. And for brawlers that you do not want to play on this map, we've got Carl, Pam, Jesse, and once again, say it with me, Mortis. That's right, Mortis. Don't play Mortis here at all. Be sure to bring at least one big tank for defensive reasons. So like a Frank, a Rosa, a Daryl. Be sure to bring one of them. And in general, Siege is all about positioning, collecting those bolts and staying alive for as long as possible. Sometimes whenever the Siege is going in on offense, you don't necessarily even have to do that much damage to the Ike. It's more about control and positioning and controlling that mid than it is just pure dealing damage to the Ike. So there you guys go. That is your guide to get 15 wins in the championship challenge as given to you by the world champion himself. I want to give a big shout out to SpenLC for making up this list and this guide for me. As a reward, you guys absolutely go check out his channel. The link is going to be in the description down below. Please go check out SpenLC's channel. He is insanely good at Brawl Stars, and you can learn a lot from him. I hope you guys got some good use out of this video. Be sure to subscribe because we do have a big video with unlocking Sprout and playing him, as well as some other really fun ones like Poco voice actor. That's coming very soon too, so you guys be sure to stay tuned for that. But for this video, that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.